What if I told you that one of the most advanced fighter jets on Earth isn't coming from the US or China, but from Japan? A mysterious, next-gen war machine that defies radar, outruns missiles, and fights alongside AI-driven drones. A jet so fast, so stealthy, that some experts are calling it a UFO in disguise. For decades, Japan was limited by post-war restrictions, but now, everything has changed. The world just got a first glimpse at a fighter that could redefine modern air combat, leaving even the F-35 and F-22 struggling to keep up. What's powering this invisible speed demon? How did Japan leap ahead in next-gen aviation overnight? And why are military analysts worldwide in shock? Stay tuned, because what you're about to see is beyond imagination. The Godzilla fighter jet. Japan has long been recognized for its technological prowess, but in the military domain, it has often taken a backseat due to its post-World War II pacifist constitution. That is changing with the Mitsubishi FX, a sixth-generation stealth fighter set to redefine aerial warfare. Nicknamed the Godzilla jet, this aircraft combines hypersonic speed, AI-assisted combat systems, and next-generation stealth capabilities. Unlike previous fighter jets, which relied heavily on human piloting skills, the FX is designed to operate autonomously, working alongside unmanned drones to form a highly efficient combat network. One of the most revolutionary aspects of the FX is its laser weapon system, developed in collaboration with the UK. Unlike traditional missiles, which are expensive and have limited payload capacity, laser weapons offer an infinite number of shots as long as the aircraft has power. These directed energy weapons can destroy incoming missiles in mid-air, disable enemy aircraft, and even neutralize ground targets with pinpoint precision. This technology could give Japan a major edge over rivals like China and Russia, who are still primarily relying on conventional missiles. Stealth has been completely redefined in the FX. Unlike fifth-generation aircraft, which rely on radar-absorbent materials, the FX incorporates an advanced composite skin that actively disperses radar waves, making detection nearly impossible. It also features a plasma stealth system, which emits electronically tuned energy fields that mask the aircraft from enemy radars. This makes the Godzilla jet effectively invisible to most tracking systems in use today. The propulsion system of FX is an engineering marvel by any consideration. Its dual mode eliminates the obstacle of a hypersonic boost with its supersonic speeds. Hydrogen-assisted combustion helps the aircraft break through Mach 3, striding ahead of any other manned fighter jet in speed. This simply means that if one were to shoot at the FX from a distance using existing air-to-air missiles, they would most definitely miss it, for the aircraft would already be out of range, leaving them dumbfounded. Perhaps the most important game-changer in the design of the FX is its capabilities to control a swarm of drones, coordination, and flight. Rather than fight alone, the FX will be supported by a network of cooperative swarm drones. Some of these autonomous combat drones will be able to perform reconnaissance, attack roles, or serve as decoys. The AI drones in the skirmish share battlefield data with the fighter in real time, which permits precision strikes while diminishing the pilot's workload. This type of teaming of human operators and uncrewed aerial vehicles will be pivotal in the future of air combat. With these cutting-edge features, the Godzilla jet stands above any other fighter. It stands above all. It marks Japan's first footstep into the realm of next-generation military aviation, with development signaling that this country wants to be recognized as a formidable global name for air dominance. If fully realized, this aircraft could redefine Japan's military power and shift the balance in the Pacific theater. Speed and firepower are impressive, but what if this jet could disappear mid-flight? Japan's engineers didn't just build a fighter, they mastered invisibility. How? Let's dive into the stealth tech that's leaving even the best radars blind. Japan's stealth revolution. Stealth has always been a defining characteristic of advanced fighter jets, but Japan has taken it to an entirely new level with the Mitsubishi FX. Unlike older stealth aircraft that focus on reducing radar cross-section through shape and materials, the FX employs next-gen stealth technology that makes it nearly undetectable. This includes active electronic countermeasures, plasma stealth fields, and adaptive camouflage that adjusts to its surroundings. One of the biggest advancements in Japan's stealth technology is the new composite material that covers the FX. Traditional stealth coatings wear off over time and require expensive maintenance, but Japan has developed a self-healing, radar-absorbing skin. If the aircraft is damaged, it can regenerate its stealth coating, ensuring that it remains invisible to enemy radar throughout its mission. Its nanopolymer materials automatically repair minor abrasions, ensuring that its stealth profile remains intact throughout a mission. This alone makes it superior to the F-35, which requires constant upkeep to maintain its low observability. Japan has also integrated a revolutionary radar jamming system into the FX. Unlike conventional electronic warfare systems that simply block enemy radars, the FX emits false radar signals that make it appear as if it is multiple aircraft in different locations. This creates confusion for enemy forces, making it difficult to track or target the jet accurately. Combined with its plasma stealth capabilities, the FX can essentially disappear at will. Another method of detection of stealth aircraft is by infrared means, and the FX holds the answers for those as well. The use of active cooling systems to deflect heat emissions away from enemy infrared sensors renders it undetectable by heat-seeking missiles. This is a vast improvement over classic stealth jets that give away a heat signature. Japan has also transformed cockpit design with an innovative system consisting of fully digital, augmented reality components. In contrast to other fighter jets that rely on physical screens, the helmet of the FX pilot projects to his eyes a 360-degree view of the battlefield, merging data from various sources. This puts the enemy's movement in the pilot's sight while the AI-assisted targeting keeps track of it. In the end, the FX is an airplane that is more than just another stealth fighter, it is an evolutionary step in aerial warfare. The integration of advanced materials, electronic warfare, infrared suppression measures, and AI combat systems has truly blessed Japan with a fighter impossible to find and doubly hard to defeat. The jet that will change war forever. The Mitsubishi FX isn't just a technological marvel, it's a paradigm shift in aerial combat. With hypersonic speeds, autonomous capabilities, and laser-based weaponry, this sixth-generation fighter jet is designed to outperform anything currently in service. If successful, it will reshape the future of air warfare and redefine Japan's military strategy. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of the FX is its integration of artificial intelligence, AI, into combat operations. Unlike traditional fighter jets that rely entirely on pilot input, the FX features an onboard AI that acts as a co-pilot. It can make split-second combat decisions, analyze enemy tactics, and even take over in case of pilot incapacitation. This significantly increases combat efficiency and survivability. Speed has always been a critical factor in dogfights, and the FX pushes the boundaries of what a fighter jet can do. With dual-mode propulsion that includes a hypersonic boost, the aircraft can reach speeds exceeding Mach 3. This makes it not only the fastest manned fighter in history but also capable of outrunning most modern missile threats. The FX has directed energy weapons, including a laser system that could supposedly disable enemy aircraft, drones, and missiles in mid-air. By these accounts, laser technology obsoletes conventional missile air defenses since they are supposedly unlimited in their ability to shoot down targets as long as the jet has power. Japan is apparently also working on a high-energy microwave weapon designed to disable enemy electronics from a distance so that threats cannot be fired at all. Perhaps the most ambitious feature of the FX is control of drone swarms. Unlike previous fighter jets that fly alone, this aircraft will be a focal point in an attack network commanding UAVs to survey enemy positions, engage in combat, or serve as decoys. This means an FX pilot has an army of autonomous allies in every battle. With all these innovations, the Mitsubishi FX is the harbinger of a whole new way of warfare, where AI, hypersonic speed, and laser weaponry will dominate the battlefield. If successful, it will not just be an improved fighter aircraft but the reference of the future of aerial combat itself. Will it outspeed every jet ever built? Speed has always been one of the defining factors in air superiority, but Japan's Mitsubishi FX takes speed to an entirely new level. While existing fifth-generation fighters like the F-22 and J-20 focus on stealth and maneuverability, the FX is built for hypersonic dominance. Equipped with a dual-mode propulsion system, it can switch between conventional supersonic flight and a hypersonic boost mode, allowing it to achieve speeds above Mach 3.5, a feat unheard of for a manned fighter jet. One of the biggest breakthroughs enabling this extreme speed is Japan's hydrogen-assisted combustion engine. Unlike traditional jet engines that rely solely on kerosene-based fuel, the FX incorporates hydrogen injection, significantly improving efficiency and power output. This reduces heat buildup, one of the biggest challenges in high-speed aviation, while also allowing the aircraft to maintain longer sustained flight at hypersonic speeds. But speed alone isn't enough, maneuverability at these extreme velocities is equally crucial. The FX uses thrust vectoring nozzles, which allow the jet to perform rapid direction changes even when traveling at supersonic speeds. Additionally, Japan's engineers have developed aerodynamically adaptive wings, which adjust their shape dynamically based on the aircraft's speed and altitude. This not only enhances agility but also provides unprecedented control at extreme speeds. The airframe can also sustain blistering velocity to outrun multiple incoming threats. Most modern air-to-air missiles fly at Mach 3 to 4. Like missiles, the FX can also theoretically be considered an engagement escape tool by being just fast enough to outrun the threat. The countermeasures suite houses advanced systems, including electronic jamming and decoys, ensuring that not even the most advanced tracking systems can keep up with the FX. The hypersonic launch and intercept capability is another game-changer for the FX. The aircraft is likely to be one of the first, if not the first, crewed fighter to successfully deliver hypersonic missiles, which are acknowledged to be the weapons of choice for future warfare. These missiles, unlike traditionally known missiles, are nigh on impossible to intercept, giving the aircraft the ability for a first strike that can potentially change the entire landscape of contemporary warfare. Mitsubishi FX is not merely a fast fighter, it is the fastest and the most advanced aerial combat platform that was ever designed. Japan has thus engineered a killing machine that exceeds all known aircraft in raw speed, maneuverability, and survivability through hypersonic propulsion, AI-assisted flight control, and next-gen countermeasures. Should this ever come to fruition, the fighter could stave off the existing doctrine of air supremacy and, for that matter, redefine air combat globally. Will it make the F-35 obsolete? The F-35 Lightning version 2 was once hailed as the pinnacle of stealth and versatility, but with Japan's Mitsubishi FX entering development, the F-35's dominance is being seriously questioned. The FX outclasses the F-35 in almost every category, from stealth capabilities and speed to artificial intelligence integration and next-gen weaponry. As the world transitions into the era of sixth-generation warfare, the FX is poised to leave the F-35 in the dust. One of the FX's biggest advantages over the F-35 is speed. While the F-35 maxes out at Mach 1.6, the FX can exceed Mach 3.5, more than doubling its velocity. This increased speed allows it to outrun threats, conduct rapid strike missions, and engage or disengage from combat at will. This alone gives Japan's new fighter a massive advantage in any aerial engagement. Another major shortcoming of the F-35 is its limited stealth endurance. The F-35's stealth is dependent on a fragile, maintenance-heavy radar-absorbent coating that degrades over time and requires frequent repairs. The FX, however, uses a new generation of self-healing stealth materials that automatically repair minor abrasions, making it far more resilient. Additionally, the FX incorporates plasma stealth technology, further reducing its radar cross-section and making it nearly impossible to detect. Comparing AI and combat autonomy, the FX is light years ahead of the F-35. While the F-35 uses classic piloting, the FX was designed from the ground up to operate with autonomous drones and onboard AI-assisted decision-making. With electronic warfare and jamming capabilities, target prioritization, and even mid-air combat maneuvers, the aircraft AI co-pilot can release the pilot from any burden, allowing them to concentrate on mission objectives. In terms of other areas of combat, the FX has far more weaponry than the F-35. Whereas the F-35 is limited in scope to conventional missiles and bombs, the FX, on the other hand, employs directed energy weapons, DEWs, such as high-energy lasers capable of killing incoming missiles or blinding enemy aircraft. Not to mention the drone swarm deployment, which allows it to achieve unprecedented awareness and strike capacity on the battlefield. The Mitsubishi FX, with hypersonic speed, advanced stealth, AI-assisted combat, and laser-based weaponry, isn't just an improvement over the F-35, it's in a class of its own. The FX simply stands as proof that warfare is moving toward autonomous systems and next-gen technology, proving how fast the fifth-generation fighter era is coming to an end. Japan's military awakening. For decades, Japan's military has been restricted by Article 9 of its pacifist constitution, which limits the country's ability to build offensive weaponry. However, with rising threats from China, Russia, and North Korea, Japan is undergoing a military transformation unlike anything seen since World War II. At the center of this revolution is the Mitsubishi FX, the country's most advanced fighter jet. The development of the FX marks Japan's shift from a defensive power to an offensive air force capable of striking deep into enemy territory. Previously, Japan relied heavily on American-made fighter jets, but the FX represents the country's push for self-reliance in defense technology. This fighter jet is not just a new aircraft, it's a symbol of Japan's growing military independence. To achieve this, Japan formed strategic alliances with the UK and Italy under the Global Combat Air Programme, GCAP, merging its FX project with the British Tempest program. This partnership has allowed Japan to access cutting-edge stealth, engine, and AI technology, which would have been impossible to obtain through the US alone. Japan has created some of the most advanced radar-evading materials. Unlike earlier stealth jets that needed constant maintenance, the FX has a self-healing stealth coating able to self-repair minor abrasions. This means longer operational capabilities without the costly repairs. Also, for deep strike capabilities, which the Japan Air Force did not possess historically, the design of the FX has addressed these capabilities. Hypersonic missiles and AI-assisted targeting allow the FX to accurately strike enemy bases, missile sites, and even aircraft carriers before the enemy realizes it is there. This capability signifies a significant shift in Japan's defensive outlook. The Mitsubishi FX is more than just an advanced fighter jet, it is arguably the crown jewel of Japan's military resurgence and a powerful declaration of its strategic independence. As tensions continue to escalate in the Pacific arena, driven by growing regional threats from China, Russia, and North Korea, Japan is making it clear that it can no longer afford to rely solely on US protection. For decades, Japan's defense strategy has been closely tied to its alliance with the United States, but the development of the FX signals a major shift. By investing in next-generation aviation technology, cutting-edge stealth, and AI-driven warfare capabilities, Japan is ensuring that it can stand on its own as a military power. This game-changing fighter jet is more than just an aircraft, it is a statement to the world that Japan is prepared to defend its interests, assert its dominance in the region, and shape the future of air combat on its own terms. It's not just stealth or speed, this sixth-gen beast packs something far more dangerous. Ready to see what puts it miles ahead of anything flying today? Let's break it down. What makes it so deadly? A sixth-generation fighter jet is more than just an upgrade over its predecessor, it's an entirely new class of aircraft designed to dominate the future battlefield. The Mitsubishi FX represents Japan's vision for the next era of aerial combat, incorporating hypersonic speed, AI-driven warfare, and next-level stealth capabilities. Unlike the fifth-generation jets that rely on piloted combat and radar stealth, sixth-generation fighters are autonomous, networked, and built for electronic warfare dominance. One of the key features that make the FX so deadly is its AI combat assistant. Traditional fighter jets rely on pilot reflexes, but the FX's onboard AI can analyze enemy movements, predict maneuvers, and make strategic decisions in real time. This allows the jet to react faster than any human pilot ever could, significantly increasing its survivability in combat. In dogfights, the AI can instantly calculate the best maneuvers, helping pilots make split-second decisions that could mean the difference between life and death. The FX's next-generation propulsion system is another reason why it stands out among sixth-gen aircraft. With dual-mode engines that allow both conventional supersonic flight and hypersonic boost capabilities, the jet can outrun almost any missile and intercept enemy aircraft at unprecedented distances. This high-speed mobility ensures that the FX is not only lethal in an attack but also nearly impossible to catch. Stealth is another important element. The F-35 and similar fifth-generation fighter jets were designed primarily to evade detection through a combination of radar-absorbing coatings and geometric design angles, whereas the FX has introduced an adaptive stealth skin that can vary its radar profile based on the frequency of the enemy's scanning. A special feature of this new jet is plasma stealth technology, which allows the jet to faintly absorb incoming radar waves and dissipate them rather and oddly extremely. This makes laser weaponry more of a viable option for trade with the modern radar system attached to it. In addition, the jet is an electronic warfare (EW) master. Advanced jamming and cyber warfare on board enable this fighter to blind enemy radar, hack into targeting systems, and even bring down enemy aircraft in flight. Such ability is very relevant in modern warfare, where information warfare and electronic superiority provide an edge along with firepower, assuring air dominance. Last, the uniqueness of weapon systems differentiates the FX. While conventional fighters are aircraft carrying missiles and bombs, this 6th-gen fighter employs laser-directed energy weapons, hypersonic missiles, and drone swarm integration. The ability to deploy autonomous attack drones makes the FX a force multiplier, capable of striking from multiple directions at once. This killer combo of AI, speed, stealth, electronic warfare, and next-gen weaponry makes the Mitsubishi FX not only deadly but revolutionary. The fighter that can't be shot down. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Mitsubishi FX is its near invincibility in combat. While all modern fighter jets rely on some form of stealth or countermeasures, the FX takes survivability to the extreme, making it one of the most difficult aircraft to shoot down in aviation history. This is achieved through a combination of stealth, electronic warfare, speed, and active defenses that make it nearly untouchable in battle. At the core of its defense is its next-gen stealth technology. Unlike previous aircraft, which only reduce radar cross-sections, the Mitsubishi FX features active stealth capabilities, meaning it can dynamically adjust its radar signature. Using plasma stealth fields, electromagnetic wave distortion, and radar-absorbing composite materials, the FX can remain undetectable even when it's actively engaging enemy forces. Speed also plays a crucial role in making the FX nearly impossible to shoot down. With dual-mode hypersonic propulsion, this jet can outrun most air-to-air missiles, which typically max out at Mach 3 to 4. By simply flying faster than the missile can track, the FX renders enemy missile locks ineffective. In a high-stakes aerial engagement, speed alone could make this fighter untouchable. Except speed and stealth, the electronic warfare capabilities of the FX are among the most advanced in the world. The AI-powered electronic attack system on the aircraft is able to jam and spoof and hijack the radar and missile guidance systems of enemies. If an enemy aircraft tries to get a lock onto the FX, the electronic warfare suite is capable of jamming the missile's homing signal, thereby leading it off its target. This leaves precision-guided munitions near useless at killing the FX. Another extremely futuristic defense aboard the FX is its laser-based missile defense system. While conventional fighter jets rely on flares and chaff to confuse inbound threats, the FX can destroy missiles with high-powered directed energy lasers in mid-flight. That means even if one were to breach all of the jet's countermeasures, the FX would simply zap it out of the sky with laser-guided precision. With these technologies combined, the Mitsubishi FX has the potential to become the most survivable combat aircraft ever produced. In an age when air dominance is more dependent than ever on stealth, speed, and electronic warfare, the FX ensures that Japan's next-generation fighter will not only reign supreme in the skies but also remain virtually impossible to shoot down. Smarter than its pilot. The Mitsubishi FX isn't just a fast and stealthy aircraft, it's also one of the smartest. As warfare shifts toward AI-driven combat and autonomous operations, the FX is at the forefront of military aviation technology. Unlike traditional fighter jets, which rely solely on human pilots for decision-making, the FX integrates artificial intelligence, AI, into every aspect of its operations. The FX's AI Combat Co-Pilot is one of its most revolutionary features. Instead of simply providing data to the pilot, the AI actively assists in decision-making, helping to anticipate enemy maneuvers, analyze battlefield conditions, and execute split-second evasive maneuvers. This means the pilot doesn't have to manually track every threat. AI can predict attacks before they happen and react instantly. Beyond flight assistance, the AI handles electronic warfare, targeting, and weapons deployment. In a dogfight, the AI can optimize missile trajectories, select the best countermeasures, and even take over control of the aircraft if the pilot is incapacitated. This makes the FX one of the first fighter jets designed to operate semi-autonomously in high-threat environments. The aggressor keeps on upgrading its arsenal more than just reacting. The onboard machine learning algorithms allow for periodical updates to counter new threats. Any new missile system or radar detection method developed by the enemy can be countered by the FX AI, analyzing the threats in real time. This makes the jet a constantly maturing killing machine that learns from each deployment. The FX has also been designed to fight unmanned if necessary. Japan's future vision for air combat is the FX command and control strategy for swarming fighter drones, where AI will conduct reconnaissance, engage with and strike targets, and surveil the battlefield. The FX pilot will have an army of robotic wingmen. Thanks to combat AI, self-learning software, and full autonomy on missions, the Mitsubishi FX is no mere fighter jet, it's an intelligent machine that defines modern warfare. The induction of AI into aerial combat may herald the beginning of a new era where human pilots may not be the only decision-makers in the skies. This jet isn't just changing warfare, it's changing global power dynamics. And one country is watching very closely. Why? Let's find out. Why the US fears Japan's new superfighter. Japan's Mitsubishi FX, also dubbed the Godzilla jet, has not only shaken up the balance of power in Asia but has also raised concerns among US military strategists. While Japan and the US have long been allies, the FX represents a major step toward Japan's military independence, reducing its reliance on American-made aircraft. The fighter's cutting-edge technology, including hypersonic capabilities, AI integration, and drone coordination, makes it a potential game-changer in air combat. If successful, the FX could outclass the F-35 and even rival America's secretive Next-Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program. One of the biggest reasons for US concern is Japan's decision to partner with the UK and Italy under the Global Combat Air Program (GCAP), instead of relying on the United States for its fighter development. Historically, Japan has purchased American jets like the F-15, F-35, and F-4 Phantom, but the FX signals a shift away from US military influence. By developing its own indigenous sixth-generation fighter, Japan has gained access to advanced stealth materials, electronic warfare systems, and hypersonic propulsion technologies that the United States has closely guarded. Another reason the US may be wary of Japan's FX is its potential to outperform the F-35 Lightning version 2, which has been a cornerstone of American airpower and export strategy. While the US has sold the F-35 to multiple allies, including Japan, the FX is being designed to surpass the F-35 in speed, maneuverability, and AI-assisted warfare. If Japan's sixth-gen fighter proves to be more effective in combat, it could undermine the F-35's global dominance and shift air superiority to nations that adopt FX technology instead. Another aspect under scrutiny where the FX intends to defeat American fighter aircraft is stealth. While the F-22 and F-35 depend on radar-absorbent coatings and airframe designed to achieve stealthiness, circulating stealth materials used in the FX can repair minor damage by themselves and, in turn, adapt their radar cross-section to tune into an enemy radar frequency. These stealth materials will be supplemented by plasma stealth fields and electronic countermeasures which will render the airframe almost undetectable to every present and future system. Should the DTO pursue comparable stealth capability, it risks missing out on the next generation of air combat. Interestingly, one more reason for US defense planners to be concerned is Japan's ability to integrate drone swarms and AI-powered battlefield management. Whereas US military operations have been experimenting with unmanned combat aircraft, Japan's FX has been designed with drone coordination as a key concept. Thus, the FX will not only be engaged in battle, it will do so with a network of autonomous wingmen to help scout enemy positions, dogfight, or even sacrifice themselves to protect their main fighter. If successful in its operational deployment, this concept could make the Japanese Air Force one of the most advanced and resilient in the world. For one, America's fear of Japan's FX is rooted in a perceived shift in global air domination. If Japan's sixth-generation fighter succeeds, then Japan will gain a tremendous military edge and, for the first time in modern history, will be challenging American air dominance. Generally speaking, with stealth, speed, AI integration, and drone capability, the FX has the potential to redefine aerial warfare and start a new era of high-tech warfare, one in which Japan would not merely be an ally but a bona fide world leader in military aviation. That's Japan's game-changing fighter jet. But what do you think? Is this the future of air combat? Are they now the leading country when it comes to fighter jets? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next big military breakthrough. And if you want more mind-blowing aviation tech, watch the next video right here.